Hello student, very good morning to all of you. How are you? I hope you all are happy, healthy and fine at home. Do you remember what were we discussing yesterday? I think yesterday we were discuss about the scheme number 4. The heading of that scheme number 4 is a construction of model aldehyde plus minus 13. And look at on the blackboard, there is a plus minus 13 we have got over here. So, this type of the discussion we have seen over here, construction of model aldehyde plus minus 13, we started from the compound number plus minus 15 and adding as a appropriate reagent, we are getting we are adding as a reagent number A and B. We after these two steps we got the result of compound number 16 and then further we treated that compound number 16 with again two reagents we added C and D. After two steps we are getting the compound number plus minus 17 and after on 17 treatment with KH, that is the reagent number E, and we got the structure number 18 plus minus 18. On 18 treatment with the reagent like as F, and we will got the structure number 19, and on 19 further treated with the reagent like GH, IJ, and we will get the structure number 13 which is shown over here. Now, on each step what are the reagent we added, that we are going to see, and what are the uses or application of those reagents which we have used in a scheme number 4 that we are going to discuss over here. So, today we are going to discuss about the reagent and the conditions, how they applied, how they got, how much percentage of yield of each product they have got. All these discussion we are going to discuss in today's discussion. Let us see over here the A reagent, which reagents and conditions. The heading I am giving here, reagents and conditions. Reagents and conditions is a very essential as far as any organic transformation or synthesis or preparation is concerned. So, what kind of the reagent and the what type of the how the condition is there, so that is there. So, the reagent number A is added over here is a bromocatechol borane, bromocatechol borane, bromocatechol borane, and how much equivalent? That is a 3.5 equivalent, and the solvent use CH2Cl2 chloroform, and reaction condition, the temperature is kept 15 degrees centigrade, and this reaction is just stirred for 3 hours. This is the reaction condition, And bromocatechol borane, as we know that the structure of catechol is this one. This is a structure OH and OH, it is known as a catechol. Catechol is a structure of catechol. Suppose we have a 2 hydroxy group, you might be knowing this one, OH and OH at this position, this is called as a hydroquinone. This is known as a hydroquinone. This is known as hydroquinone. And suppose you have a, this is the structure which I am representing over here, OH and OH. This is known as a resorcinol, you know that. This is a resorcinol. So, these are the different derivatives and their different common names which I have shown over catechol. And now, from this catechol, whatever the reagent obtained, that is shown over here. Let us see here, then O, it is a boron and then bromine. This is known as a bromocatechol borane. This boron atom is there and this is formed over there, and this catechol will be treated with tribromoborane, and the resulting compound formed, that is one of the reagent. So, that is there. So, that we have seen these are the different for just additional information you can remember over here. Now, bromocatechol borane, that is taken 3.5 equivalent and the solvent used is a DCM dichloromethane, and temperature kept of that reaction is a 50 degrees centigrade, and the reaction stirred over 3 hours and to get the product. Now, let us see the second reagent which is added here, PPTS, which is 1.0 equivalent, that is polyphosphoric toluene. This, that is one of the reagent equivalent, 2,2-dimethoxypropane, then equivalent 2,2-dimethoxypropane, 2,2-dimethoxypropane oblique DMF, that is a dimethyl formamide. The proportion of these two solvents were used in equal proportion 1:1, and the temperature is kept 50 degrees centigrade, and this reaction is stirred for 12 hours, and the percentage of yield is very high, yield is obtained near about as 84% for the 2 steps, 84% for 2 steps. So, that are the things. So, now here 2,2-dimethoxypropane, propane we know that there are the 3 carbon atom in the straight chain, and here we can write C, C and C. 2,2-di, here OCH3, and you can show over here OCH3, and rest of the things CH3 and the CH3. Generally this one, and we generally in short is written, I think here MEO twice C Me2. In short we can write like this, 2-methoxy group, then C Me2. In short we can write like this. DMF, DM is nothing but a dimethyl formamide, and you might be knowing the structure of dimethyl formamide will be this one N, then CS3, C double bond O and H. One methyl cis 2 carbonyl group and one is opposite. So, they are giving as a different chemical shift that we are not going to go detail of this, but this is somewhat the structures of that reagents we are explaining. Now, third one, the third reagent AB, this is a C, that is a TBDPSCl, that is a tertiary butyl diphenyl silyl chloride, that is a full form of that TBDPSCl, and which is taken 1.5 equivalent and imidazole used as an solvent in this reaction, that is 3.0 equivalent, and also the CH2Cl2, which is a solvent used in this reaction, and the temperature is a 25 degree centigrade, means room temperature, and this reaction is stirred for 6 hours, and the percentage of yield is very high, 92% overall yield is obtained in this particular reaction. This is the chemical reaction where we got as a 92%, means very high yield. So, this is the, as we know that this is the one of the protecting group, and generally the protecting group producing very high yielding product, and it is essential to protect the functional group so that we can achieve our desired product, and that is why it is necessary to protect the particular functional group and treat with the other functional group with a suitable reagent, and we can transform that particular compound into as a suitable compound or the desired compound, whichever you require. So, that is there. So, these are the reagent we have seen over here. Let me see the reagent. We have a limitation here of blackboard, and that is why we are using this much portion of the blackboard. Let us see, let it be. Now, the D reagent which we are adding here is a O3 ozonolysis, then Py means pyridine used as an solvent. The equivalent is 1.0 equivalent taken in, and O3 Py, then solvent is a CH2Cl2 methanol. CH2Cl2 methanol is a DCM, dimethyl chloride, and the methanol, the proportion is 1:1 equivalent. Equal proportion have been taken over there, and the temperature is -78 degrees centigrade. Then PH3 triphenylphosphine is added. How much equivalent? It is 5.0 equivalent has been added, and the temperature is kept -78 degrees centigrade. After the complete addition, it changes to 25 degrees centigrade. That means at room temperature and the compound number 14 which we have obtained, 1 hour, that is a 1 hour, this reaction is stored for 1 hour and it is again high yielding product, that is 82% product we have obtained over here. So, this is a ozonolysis pyridine 1.0 equivalent, then DCM methanol 1:1 and minus 78 degree centigrade, then added triphenyl phosphine of 5.0 equivalent and the temperature is kept minus 78 degree centigrade to room temperature. This reaction was stirred for 1 hour and they have got 82% yield. It is a very high yielding product. And then after that added as a E reagent, the reagent is a KH, potassium hydride, taken 10 equivalent, and after that allyl chloride, had added, that is a 30 equivalent, and the solvent used as a HMPA, that is a hexamethyl phosphoramide, which is also taken 10 equivalent, and after that DME used as an solvent, then 25 degree centigrade, temperature is kept as a 25 degree centigrade and stored for 12 hours, and the yield, overall yield was obtained 85% for the 2 steps, not 85%, not the steps, only one step is there. So, these are the reagent. Now, next reagent will be F, and that F reagent 1,2-dichlorobenzene, which is 1,2-dichlorobenzene. 1,2-dichlorobenzene, 200 degree centigrade, microwave irradiation 20 minute only, 20 minute. Then added NaBH4, sodium borohydride, 10 equivalent, and after that methanol used as an solvent. This reaction were stored for 1 hour and temperature kept 25 degree centigrade, and the yield was obtained 82% for the two steps. For two steps. This is the product which these are the reagent we have seen so far. Let us see the next reagent. Here 1,2-dichlorobenzene. 1,2-dichloro, everybody knows the structure of benzene at 1 chlorine and at 2 position this. This is the structure of 1,2-dichlorobenzene as we know that. Now let us see the rest of the reagent. What are those reagents? How they are added? What will be the reaction condition, because we are discussing reagent and the conditions. Let us see G condition over here, BOMCl, that is benzyl methoxychloride. Benzyl methoxychloride, in our previous lecture we already discussed about the structure of that BOM, that is 5.0 equivalent. 5.0 equivalent was taken and IPRNet, that is a isopropyl, that is a diisopropyl ethyl amine, ethanamine you can call it. Then it is taken near about 15 equivalent, 15 equivalent, then NBU 4Ni, that is a normal tetrabutyl ammonium iodide, which is taken 1.0 equivalent, 1.0 equivalent, and after that 1.0 equivalent. After that, solvent is used in that reaction was CH2Cl2 dichloromethane, and this the temperature is kept is a 50 degree centigrade, and this reaction stored for 12 hours. 12 hours. Next reagent will be the H reagent, and the H reagent, here as we know that BOMCl, the use of that BOCl is nothing but as a protection of hydroxyl group, once again over here, and that H reagent will be O3 pyridine used as an solvent, that is 1.0 equivalent, 1.0 equivalent, and solvent is used CH2Cl2 methanol MEOH. The proportion was taken 1:1, and temperature was kept minus 78 degree centigrade, and then PH3P, that is triphenylphosphine, which was taken near about 5.0 equivalent, 0 equivalent, and the temperature was kept minus 78 degree centigrade, changes to room temperature 25 degree centigrade. This reaction was stored near about 1 hour and the overall yield was obtained 81% for the 2 steps. Once again for the 2 steps. And next one GHI. Now it's the reagent number I, that is TBSCl. Once again tertiary butyl silyl chloride. Tertiary butyl silyl chloride, as we know that the use of it is used for the protection purpose. How much equivalent taken? It is taken near about 10 equivalent, and then DBU as were taken 20 equivalents, 20 equivalent, and CH2Cl2 DCM dichloromethane as an solvent used in this transformation, and during that transformation the temperature is kept at 25 degree centigrade and this reaction was stored for 12 hours and the resulting product was obtained. And the last, the reagent which was used in the scheme number 4 while the construction of model aldehyde plus minus 13, the last reagent which they have used, that is a J. In the J, O3 period, again once again O3 ozonolysis pyridine as an solvent which is taken as a 1.0 equivalent once again, and the solvents were used CH2Cl2 and the methanol. The proportion is equal proportion 1:1 and the temperature is kept minus 78 degree centigrade, and then PH3P, that is a triphenylphosphine, taken as a 5.0 equivalent and the temperature is changes 78 degree centigrade to 25 degree centigrade, that is at room temperature, and these reaction were stored for 1 hour and the percentage of overall yield is obtained 80% for 2 steps. These are the reagents were used during the synthesis or during the construction of model plus minus aldehyde plus minus 13. So, these are the reagents which were generally used for the construction of model aldehyde plus minus 13, and what is the reaction condition used there. So, I think with this we have completed these reagents. In next lecture we will see the rest of the thing. Thank you. Have a nice day.